Let's start with an almost daily increase of COVID-19 in the country. Tell us again the importance of social distancing.
Okay, first, social distance is actually a phrase that refers to the level of acceptance people have for those outside their own social groups. But social distancing is more like a doing word. It's like an act. It's a non-pharmaceutical method of preventing spread. And essentially, I think physical distance kind of explains it better.
Okay.
Just keep a physical distance. Like we heard Honorable Minister for Health say that you should keep a distance of about 5 feet. I'm 6 feet tall. So just pretend like if you stretch your hands to someone else, twice that length, keep it that distance from someone else. I think that's the way to define this social distance thing. And people need to understand it from a physical distance perspective. Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this matter of acceptability. There are those who still do not believe that the COVID-19 is real.
It's real.
Even
Yes.
with the daily updates
True.
from the authorities that matter. Is it a question of panic or fear or not just wanting to think about it?
Every time there's change, people react to it differently. And usually there's denial until there's physical evidence or someone we are familiar with is said to have contracted it. And that's normal in this part. I think the important thing here is communication. And communication right now is not slightly, very distorted. I mean, for instance, I'll give you one medium, WhatsApp. You get conflicting things there every day. People don't even know which one to believe or not believe on. I expect at this time, for instance, that a national orientation agency would be without rest, constantly taking information from the right sources and communicating it the right way to people. So Channel is doing a fantastic job of communicating. In fact, for us on the outside, we just wait until Channel says it, then we agree. That's like an endorsement for what is right or wrong. What percentage of people in the country would have the opportunity to watch TV or watch this kind of programs or get information from these kind of sources? So where does radio lie? Where does local languages lie? I think that's a major problem we have with communication and people accepting. And because the information gets conflicting, oh, it's true, it's a lie, it's a scam. Someone said people don't know which ones to take.
What more can be done to educate the people?
I think we need to communicate to people at their level. So there's this Maslow's hierarchy of need we heard about in psychology when I was in school that talks about people being at different levels of need. Majority of people in Nigeria who are in that poverty bracket are dealing with the basic things, food, shelter. If you want to communicate to them, you must speak to them at that level. So this stay-at-home thing to middle class and elitist people seems okay. For the person who needs physical contact to earn and earns every day, the market woman selling pepper, the guy in the bus picking commuters back and forth, it's a huge problem. He doesn't have reserve for 2 days in his house. So telling him to stay at home doesn't make sense to him yet until we communicate at his level and then begin to communicate other things alongside. So for instance, stay at home for 2 days. Would I ask you to go and begin to buy perishables? No. If you're at a level where stocking up is, I'm not saying everybody should go and stock up or panic, better by panic or whatever reasons. But could I ask people in local languages to begin to buy more gari and put them in buckets and cover them, not forgetting that Lassa fever is still a thing we're dealing with, which becomes easy to consume when you can't keep fish without light, when you can, those kind of things. I think the communication should be tailored to the people. It's still a little bit elitist. It's still in the bracket of people who are in the middle class and doesn't reach those who really need it. And those guys are the ones who really don't believe it exists and who are roaming the streets every day, shaking hands, hugging people, stuff like that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ngobo, for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.